This is the Dharma talk from Luangphor Thongbai Phapassaro in Wat Naluang, Udonthani, Thailand. Today we will talking about the flavor of the immortal Dharma. The flavor of the immortal Dharma. We should realize about that, and then we should feel about the immortal life. This is the immortal life is belong to you, and you should feel it clearly. So you should wake up and realize about the immortal Dharma that you have. The earth, the water, the fire, and the wind. The earth is like a container to receive everything. The water is for mixing everything together. And for the wind, it supports the earth to be stronger. And the fire is like temperature to make it warm. So these four elements is a good merit. The earth, the water, the fire, and the wind, they are a good merit, good karma. And then for the four dharmas, if we contemplate them very well and realize and see them clearly, these four dharma will have the flavor. Any practitioner, if they have the effort to focus and contemplate these four dharma until understand clearly, then he can destroy doubt and question in the mind, because know the cause and effect, how it happened. The earth, the water, the fire, the wind, this is the good karma and the cause. But when we take a look in the earth, see the truth of the earth, see the truth of the wind, the truth of the fire, the truth of the water, and then we have the wisdom, and then we will see that the earth mixing with the water is like a mud. So the Buddha said the water mixing with the earth, so it's like everything mixed together. This is the tanha, the craving. It's the sensual desire. And for the wind blow and travel everywhere. You can smell the flower very far away because of the wind. And for the fire, it can make you can see the light, see the brightness, see the color, and have the warmth. This is the good karma, the good merit of the water, of the wind, the fire, and the earth. But when we have ability, we use the wisdom to see, to analyze it, to know this is the wind, the water, the earth, and the fire. And then this wisdom make we understand the Dharma, the four Dharma of them. And then we can read through these four Dharmas. When the Dharma arise to the practitioner who have the effort to contemplate, to see and understand, when this Dharma happen, so the doubt and question will be end. Because understand clearly that this Dharma happen from the cause. Because without these four elements, the earth, the water, the fire, the wind, if don't have these four elements, this is the element of the good karma, good merit. Without them, how could we enlighten the Dharma? No way. We cannot have the path, the fruit, the nirvana. Cannot have any being, person, animal, or sankhara. Is no way without these four elements. So this kind of doubt and question, if we have the effort to see and contemplate, it will end. So end of doubt and question. If you end up doubt and question a little bit, you become the Sodaban, the first enlightened. And if you end up doubt and question in the middle, you will be enlightened to be Sakitaka or Anakami. And if you end up doubt and question perfectly, then you become the Arahant. Because earth is non-self, water is non-self, fire is non-self, and the wind is non-self, but they are mixing together, join together, and then later they will separate apart. So this body mixing with its four elements together, and finally this body will breaking apart, all the four elements will separate. For the practitioner that understand and see like it, then the doubt and question that this is me, myself and I, my all is no more, it's the end. No more doubt and question about me, myself and I. Because know the cause, understand the cause that the four elements join together, but actually it's not self inside there, no one living inside there. And the more if we use the wisdom, use the knowledge, use the insight, use the brightness to see deeper and deeper until the end. When we reach to the end, we will realize and see that nothing there, and everything is empty. Nothing, no one, no person inside there. So that's why see the cause. The cause is the four elements. This is the good merit. We use the wisdom to contemplate them, and then we realize, we understand that, and then from these four elements we make you to have the four dharma. The four dharma happen because you understand the four elements. The four dharma is like the fruit of the immortal. That's why we're talking about the immortal dharma, the immortal life is at here. So it will happen, become the real dharma, the real flavor of the dharma. This dharma will happen because you practice. If you don't practice, this dharma cannot happen. So therefore, all the practitioner can destroy all the defilement and the mara, the devil, that stay in the four elements by use the wisdom, and then can destroy completely. It's like the sunrise happen in the morning, and then can destroy all the darkness. And then finally, the practitioner can throw away, can return the four elements back to the nature. And then the wrong view, the lust, the ignorance, or the craziness, the misunderstanding in the four elements is no more. Yes, we are a good person. We do so many goodness, many good karma. But why we still attached with this goodness, this good thing? Still have I am good, I am a good person, I have the good merit, I am the good one. Still attached in me, myself and I, because we don't know this four elements. But if we know this four elements, then nothing to be attached. We realize that we have the sensual desire because we think of them. We attach because we cling on them. We have the sadness because we have bad karma inside there. We have the problem because we have me, myself and I. Hot and burn because hate and angry, don't like. This thing happen. It's like the mara happen inside the mind. So therefore, the practitioner who understand this can destroy the mara and the army of the mara, and then can maintain this four elements living normally by the nature, and no mara living inside this four elements. Like the sun destroy the darkness, and then can keep the brightness everywhere, and the dirt from the good karma. How could the good karma is dirty? The good karma is dirty because you don't understand them. You have delusion with this good karma. But when you know, you understand them, this good karma will be clean. If you know the earth, then you know the cause. But if you don't know the earth, then you will have the fruit, the effect from the earth will back to you. So therefore, all the practitioners will have the effort to contemplate, to see the earth, the water, the fire, the wind in the form, in the body. So this is the cause, understand the cause. What is the cause? The cause is the earth, the water, the fire, the wind, the four elements. To see the cause. The good merit is the cause. The four elements mix together and become the body, the form. And this form, this body, have the speech, have the thinking, have the action. So this is the cause from the good merit. Then if we can make the cause to stay in the peacefulness, make the four elements stay in the peacefulness, then the path, the fruit, and the nirvana will arise, will happen. That's why the Buddha said, when the dharma arises to the practitioner who have the effort to contemplate and see it, when the dharma arises, then the doubt and question will be end. Because realize, understand clearly that the dharma happened because of the cause, and the cause happened because of the factor from the four elements joined together. And this four element is non-self. No one, no person, no being living inside this four element. So therefore the smart practitioner that understand this dharma clearly and then can destroy all the mara and the army of the mara and make the four elements stay normally. Don't have any problem with them at all. When the sun destroys the darkness, nothing left, only the brightness. And the mind is like that. So therefore the Sodaban will stay with the brightness of the wisdom. Then we realize and know the favor of the immortal dharma by this way. Can devote or offer the life to the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha with no condition and no anger. No matter what happened, they will cut the head, cut the arm, the legs, but Sodaban has no anger at all in the mind, because don't want to destroy the sila, the morality inside the mind. The Sodaban will have the perfect sila in the mind. The sila has more value than the life. The Sodaban will think like this. And the life is so little, cannot compare to the value of the immortal sila or the immortal dharma. And this is the great value of the dharma. The practitioner will restrain, be careful in their eyes, will have the good flavor of the dharma happen. No more man, no more woman, no more person inside the mind, because restrain and be careful from the eye to the heart by the six senses, and then we have the flavor of the dharma happen. Because restraint in the six senses can making the path, the fruit, and the nirvana happen. If you not be careful enough with your six senses, the path, the fruit, and nirvana will be destroyed. So if you don't know in this point, then the good karma, good merit, the path, the fruit, and nirvana cannot happen. That's why many people stay with the good merit for a very long time, but cannot enlighten, because don't know this point. Stay with the good merit, but they might have the wrong view. That's why I need to be careful very well in this point. So therefore, don't walk in the wrong way. Don't go with the wrong misunderstanding, the wrong view. Don't stay in the religion without nirvana. That's why the smart person should have the inside knowledge. If you have the inside knowledge, so you become the enlightened and the noble person, not the smart person and begging for money. But cannot easy to find a noble, smart person like this. Why is happen like this? Because many people ungrateful to the four elements, ungrateful to the immortal dharma, and therefore many people become the slave of lust, anger, ignorance, think of sensual desire, think of the craving, because don't have mindfulness, don't have wisdom. That's why all the thought that happen is happen from the lust. And the four elements, the water, the fire, the wind, is the lust or not? No. The four elements is not the lust, but the lust stay in the four elements. Like a bat stay in the cave. The cave is not a bat. A bat is not the cave. It's like that. The lust happen because of the thinking. So in this point, the Sodaban understand it clearly that in the thought or the thinking have the three kind of thinking. Thinking of sensual desire, and thinking of anger, and thinking to hurt or harm anyone or someone. But Sodaban will not think like this, will not think by the delusion like this. But the Sodaban will have different thinking. He will think to go out from the sensual desire, go out from the lust. And that's why the dispassion can happen. So therefore the Sodaban will have the good wisdom like this. If have the strong barami, strong merit, will return for the human life only one time, and then will enlighten to be Arahant in that life. And the more that practice with the effort, be mindful, repeat again and again, and contemplate again and again. And then finally, from this practice, it will make the knowledge, the jnana, arise. When the jnana, the knowledge arise, it like the sun. When the sun rise, nothing to do, but the darkness just run away like that. This is the same thing for all mind. When the mind have the effort to practice and be mindful, and to know, to see, this is the earth, this is the wind, this is the fire, this is the water, understand them clearly. And then the jnana happen because understand these four elements. When the jnana happen from this understanding, so the defilement, the lust, anger, ignorance will disappear, will destroy, will be gone by itself. Like the sun, with the sunrise in the sky, the sun don't do anything, but the darkness just run away. This is the same thing for the mind. If the mind practice and be mindful and understand these four elements, and then the lust that used to stay with the four elements and cover the four elements will be destroyed. It's no more. The lust will be gone. It's like you set up the fire in the cave. When the fire bright, the brightness happen, the darkness gone. The same thing for the mind. So the mind, if the mind be mindful, it will be dispassion. When you have dispassion in the mind will not think for the sensual desire, but the mind will think for renunciation, to go out from the sensual desire. And that can happen in the one moment of the mind. So this is the good happiness of the Arahant. Because be mindful, have the effort to practice, understand these four elements, and then the dispassion happen, no more defilement. And this is the real flavor of the immortal dharma. This is the greatest happiness more than anything. This is the happiness of the Arahant that consumed by this way. And then the taste that we use to consume from the four elements, attached in the four elements, is no more. Like you throw the salt to the water, to the river, don't have any taste at all. And then the immortal dharma happen because of this passion. No more lust, no more delusion in the mind. And then the mind will have the emptiness, happiness, brightness, coolness, stillness. Very happy, very comfortable, and living like that forever. Because be mindful, understand four elements can destroy lust, this passion, and have the right thinking to go out from sensual desire. Before we think of sensual desire, how to be entertained in the six senses, want to be happy in the six senses. So therefore I'm talking about the immortal dharma, the flavor of the immortal dharma. Have the cause from the good merit from the four elements. We understand the four elements, then we have the flavor of the dharma. Therefore the good merit and the flavor of the immortal dharma go together. Therefore I want to tell you that for the first enlightened person, like the Sodaban, must understand the flavor of the Buddha first, and then can die for the Buddha, can die for the Dharma, and can die for protect the religion. That's why all the enlightened monk, the noble monk, can keep and continue and running the Buddhist religion until this day. So therefore, if we not be mindful, we let the mind go with the defilement, the lust will happen. When the lust happen, all the problem happen. But if we be mindful, know the four elements, and then we will realize that, oh, this body, that four element is boring. Nothing to be attached, nothing to be carried with this four element in this form. And then we will remove the attachment, the four element in the mind. When we remove the attachment, it's light. The mind is light or not heavy or empty. It's not like that, but actually it's like nothing to do, nothing to carry, nothing to be managed or working again, nothing to carry on or manage in that four element, in that five aggregate, no more. The feeling of me, myself, and I is no more, cannot happen again. Then the attachment in the four element in this form is no more. Before the mind, chaos and messy, have many problems with this four element, this form, this five aggregate. But when the mind realize, understand about this, it's like you set up the fire to remove the darkness. If the mind is bright, nothing to be heavy to carry. If the mind is dark, the mind will be heavy because the darkness is heavy. The darkness makes you feel like you carry a mountain like that. It's not because you feel heavy because you carry the earth, the water, the fire, the wind. No, you don't carry them. You feel heavy because you carry the darkness, the stupid in your mind. For the Buddha and Arahant, they have four elements. But why the Buddha and Arahant can fly to the sky? Because don't have any burden to carry. Nothing to carry in it four elements and the five aggregate. So now I want to ask you, why you want to stay with this darkness? Attach on this darkness. Stay with this darkness. For what? What the benefit? What the usefulness that you have from stay with this darkness? What is your purpose or business to do with this darkness? Now I wake you up to realize, to understand, to feel the immortal life. At least you should know something about this. Don't show off. You have this, you have that. I have this, I'm happy. I have this, I'm not happy. happy and sad to be show off like that. Don't show, don't do again. So that's why the Buddha, since he enlightened, the first moment that he enlightened, he realized that, oh, because I stay under the Bodhi tree, the cause of the Bodhi tree that I stay there, I practice until enlightened to be the Buddha. Because the Bodhi tree give me the flavor of the Dharma like this. So therefore the Buddha worship this Bodhi tree, feel very grateful to this Bodhi tree very much. So therefore the Buddha worship by sitting under Bodhi tree for 7 days and stand and look, take a look, open the eye to see the Bodhi tree for 7 days and walking 7 days, totally 49 days that the Buddha practiced to worship these Bodhi trees. Because this Bodhi tree make him enlightened to have the immortal Dharma. And how about us? We are so little, cannot compare to the Buddha, and still want to show off, want to challenge. I have this, have that, good with this, with that. Be walking like a blind person, because walking with the 5 hindrances, or walking with the defilement and the craving. But for a person who enlightened, know, awake and joyful, will not walk on this way. All of this is the immortal Dharma, the flavor of the immortal Dharma. Enlightened is the flavor of the Dharma, but practice the Dharma is the good merit, the great barami that everyone should have, should do. That's why for me myself, I thinking in the practice at the end of the night, oh, because of the good merit, good barami, good karma, that can make me escape from all the Mara, destroy all the Mara. And then I won't be the slave of the 6 senses anymore. I see the greatest of the good merit, the greatest of the immortal Dharma is excellent, better than anything. I see the flavor of the 4 paths, 4 fruits, and 1 nirvana, very special, very amazing. Nothing can compare. The immortal Dharma that I'm talking about is right here, right now, living right here, right now, and stay like this. When the practitioner have the effort to contemplate and see, you end up doubt and question. That's why I tell you, what are you doing? You sit, stand, and walk, and lay down. You need to invest the suffering inside there first. If you don't invest the suffering in this 4 posture, you will gain nothing from this. That's why I practice with myself 12 years, stay in the room for 12 years, sit, stand, walk. But my mind, no more darkness. My eye not blind, no more stupid in the mind. My mind is bright. So therefore the Buddha tell to the daughter of the Mara, he said that to the princess of the Mara, now my mind have no doubt and question. My mind have no lust. My mind don't have any thought of the sensual desire. It's enlightened this. Then nothing you can do with me. A person who full already has no more hunger. A person who escape and free already cannot come back to attach anymore. And then the princess of the Mara, the Tanha, the Raka, the 3 princes, nothing can do with the Buddha. And then these 3 princess become the dead person, become the impurity for the Buddha. Therefore, the lust will be destroyed by the impurity. See the Asubha Sanya. Because for the lust, want to consume for the beauty only. So therefore, if you want to go from the darkness in the mind, the first thing you must have the right thinking. Think to go out from the sensual desire. And must have the samadhi, right view, right understanding, to know, understand the four elements. Every era, if you have samadhi, right understanding, have the right thinking, have the right practice, for sure, a person who have them will enlighten to be Arahant. Arahant is a person who can destroy and break apart defilement and lust. When no more lust, and then what happened after that? Nothing. Right here, right now, it's no more lust. Next moment, the other next moment is no more. Cannot happen again. The lust cannot happen and return again. I thinking in the past, when I was the slave of the lust and the craving in the mind, and then when I practice until I enlighten, no more lust, no more craving in the mind. These two minds totally different. Like you stay in different country, different world. Before I feel like the darkness is infinity, never stop, cannot see the end. The darkness is covered everywhere. But when the mind enlightened have the brightness also infinity. The brightness everywhere, cannot see the end. Like Putto, Appamano, the Buddha is infinity. The Dharma, Appamano, the Dharma is infinity. The Sangha, Appamano, the Sangha is infinity. Because the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha end of the defilement already, then cannot estimate how big, how small of the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Lust, anger, ignorance, you can estimate them. That's why you measure and give to each other. You take this, take that, have this, have that. But when for the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, they are infinity, because end of lust, end of defilement, end of ignorance, they are infinity, unable to estimate. A person who free from lust and craving cannot estimate, because the six senses has no attachment in the six senses. Nothing to be estimated in the six senses for them. Because end of doubt and question from the six senses. If you still have the six senses attached on the six senses, then you can estimate in the six senses. How many kilo, what time is it, how big or small. So this is the estimate in the six senses. But when enlightened with the Dharma, no more estimates, unable to estimate. It's infinity. That's why the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, they are infinity, unestimatable. It's like the sun, sunrise to sunset. You set the fire on the candle. When the candle burn everything until its end, then cannot estimate where are they, where is the fire. Nothing to be burned, cannot burn anymore because end. This is the same thing for the mind. If the mind practice until the mind see, the mind understand, and the mind can let go everything already. Know already, see already, understand already, let go already. And then this mind is free from everything and nothing to do with this mind. Because we only have the body and the mind. If you be mindful with the body and the mind, understand the body and the mind, have no problem with the body and the mind, And then what else you can do with this body and mind? You cannot put any suffering in this body and mind again. So therefore the enlightened monk, the noble monk, they see that birth, sick, old and die is nothing for them, no problem for them, no suffering for them, because for them they don't carry this burden anymore. The birth, sick, old and die, not a burden for the enlightened monk, and nothing to be stick to attach, to have lust or passion with this four element. For the enlightened monk, they see this four element is like the factor or the cause that join together to living inside there only, but nothing else, no business to do with this four element in this form, and cannot find anything inside there in this four element. So this is the real flavor of the immortal dharma that the Buddha and Arahant worship to this dharma, totally different from the normal people. So for the Buddha and Arahant, don't have bone, don't have skin to measure how many kilo in this body, because for them they end of birth and death already, cannot come back again. So the doubt and question is end because the jhana happen. The jhana is the knowledge that penetrate and know and see through everything. This knowledge happen because you be mindful. You be mindful to know, to see, to understand and let go. The moment that you be mindful, that moment the defilement and lust cannot happen. But the moment that you not be mindful, that moment the defilement happen and take over the mind. You see the animal like the elephant. When they want the male elephant, when they want to have mating, they become crazy. Not only elephant, the human is the same. When the lust happen and take over the mind, people can do many crazy things. This is the fire of lust, fire of the ignorance, fire of the anger, the great fire that burning everywhere, every mind. This is because of the darkness cover the mind. But when the moment that you be mindful to know, have the wisdom to know, have the knowledge to know, have the brightness to know, that moment all the darkness is gone immediately. Then when you sit, stand and walk and lay down, always be mindful. And finally, the moment of this mindfulness, it will make you to stay in the nirvana. And then we will not sink and drown it under the four elements with the last sensual desire in this body, in this form. Cannot happen like this anymore. Therefore the Buddha, he explained about the condition with the end of suffering. He said that yes, the six senses in the form still happen, but the earth, the water, the fire, the wind is no more, cannot reach to the mind. Yes, still have the six senses. The six senses working normally. The eye, the ears, the nose, the tongue, the body, the mind, still working, the six senses. But the four elements cannot happen, cannot exist to the mind, cannot get in the mind. Don't have any sun, any moon. Don't have come and go. Don't have birth and death. Don't have the beginning in the end. Don't have this world or next world. Don't have any mood. So this one can call, this is the end of the suffering, the real freedom from the suffering. So this is the cause and the effect that support to make the good merit and the immortal dharma happen, not the other way, and no exception for anyone. So therefore the practitioner will have the effort to be mindful and contemplate. The moment when the dharma arises, then the doubt and question with the mind, the form and the body, the four elements, will be gone immediately. Cannot happen right here, right now. Don't need to wait for next day, the other day, next month, next year. Not like that. That's why the Dharma is akaliko, cannot happen anywhere, anytime. That's why the Buddha said, if you enlighten, you understand and have the Dharma, now it's time that you can go to teach and share the Dharma to the world. That's why I have the Arahant monk, they separate in the group to go in different place to sharing the Dharma to the world. And for us too, if you understand the Dharma, no matter what, who are you, man and woman, you can have the benefit, making the benefit, have the usefulness of the Dharma and share to the world. So now we understand the immortal of the Dharma, the flavor of the Dharma, the good merits in the old thing that we have, the fire, the water, the wind, the earth. This is the good merit that we have. So this is the same thing, you see, the farmer, when they want to working on the rice field, they use the earth, use the water to plant the grain of the rice in there. The same thing, we have the four elements in this body, this form. And then we use this four elements to practice, like in the four foundation of mindfulness. Satipatthana 4. Have the breathing with mindfulness, have the four posture in the practice, have the impurity. So whatever that we can use this body, this four element, to working on this, contemplate on this, be mindful on this, and finally the defilement will be destroyed. We will enlighten by this body, this four element, become the Arahant. Then after enlightened, you will have the form, the beautiful form, the form of the Dharma, the purity of the Dharma, the brightness of the Dharma, the liberation of the Dharma, and the nirvana of the Dharma. Can know, can see, understand clearly, and no problem at all. All the right understanding that we talking about, all of this is the cause to come out from the suffering. All the power of the Buddha will arise and happen to a person who know and understand clearly. And this power is higher than the heaven and the Brahman world. This is the nirvana. Dispassion happen, liberation happen, peacefulness happen, nirvana happen. So this is the greatest flavor of the Dharma, and this is the real immortal Dharma. May everyone, may all of you, be reach to this immortal Dharma and free from all circle of the suffering, and reach to the nirvana in the end. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.